students, myself Sarita Nair from Gokhale Education Society, HIL High School. I am going to teach you subject General Science of Standard 7th. Dear students, in part 1 we learnt about adaptation in plants. Now in part 2 we shall continue the lesson. Students, in the first part of the video we learnt about adaptation in plants. Now in this second part we shall learn about adaptation in animals. There are varieties of animals. We shall learn one by one. Firstly, adaptations in aquatic animals. The aquatic animals show modified structure of body, tapering spindle-shaped body with scales and fins for swimming, respiration by gills, air bladders within the body for floating. Frog is an amphibian. It inhabits both in land and water. Being a true amphibian, it can breathe in water with the help of skin, and when on land, it breathes with nose and lungs. Next, we shall study about adaptation in forest and grassland animals. Carnivorous animals like the wild dog, fox, tiger, and lion have strong legs to run fast and capture their prey. They have claws and their canine teeth are sharp and pointed. The eyes of herbivores are below the forehead on either side of the head. This gives them wide angle vision which helps to protect them from predators. Their legs are long and tapering with strong hooves which enables them to run fast, taking long leaps. Their long and freely moving ears can receive sounds from long distances and different directions. Deer and black bucks have colors that merge with their surroundings. Their teeth are strong for chewing tough plant material. Now let's see about adaptation in desert animals. Deserts are characterized by severe scarcity of water. Hence, desert animals have a thick skin to prevent loss of water from the body. Their legs are long with flat and cushioned soles. The nostrils are protected by folds of skin. The eyelashes are long and thick. Rats, snakes, spiders, lizards in deserts live in deep burrows during daytime and are active at night. These are the characteristics of desert animals. Now let's see about adaptation in animals of snowy regions. The animals in snowy regions have long, thick hair on the skin, white or silver body color. For example, yak, polar bear, white fox, silver fox, mountain goat, Siberian husky dog, and snow leopard. Next is adaptation in aerial animals. The spindle-shaped body of birds also minimizes the resistance of air while flying. With hollow bones, a body covering of feathers, and modification of forelegs into wings. Their body is light in weight and adapted for flying. The body of insects also is light in weight and tapers at both ends. They can fly with 2 pairs of wings and also walk with 6 stick-like legs. Bats can fly with the help of the patagium, a thin fold of skin between their forelegs and hind legs. These are the characteristics of aerial animals. Okay. Now next we will see about the adaptation in reptiles. Snakes creep with the help of scales on their skin. Some reptiles use their muscles for creeping. For example, house lizard, garden lizard, crocodile, etc. Skin and soles of feet are specially modified for creeping mode. Example, house lizard and monitor lizards. Body color shows camouflage to hide with the surroundings. Next, we'll see about adaptation for food in animals. Now, animals are either herbivorous and carnivorous. Few are omnivorous. According to their feeding, there are some special adaptations. As we know that carnivorous animals, they feed on other animals, and herbivorous, they depend on grass or whatever green things they eat, and omnivorous are such kind of animals which eat both the flesh also and also the grass. Now let's see about adaptation for blending with the surroundings. We cannot easily spot colorful butterflies, lizards and grasshoppers. They get camouflaged amidst grasses, parts of plants like stem, leaves, flowers, etc. That is because their colors blend with those of their their surroundings. Changes that take place in the various organs and life processes of organisms that enable them to live, feed, reproduce, to perpetuate themselves and protect themselves from the enemies in specific surroundings depending upon the habitat and its geographical conditions are called adaptations. Now let's learn about classification of living organisms. It is necessary to classify the living things because it is difficult to study and remember all the diverse organisms in this world. Different scientists have used different criteria and gave the methods of classification. Hierarchy of classification. Classification starts with kingdom Animalia or kingdom Plantae. Then, depending upon basic similarities and differences, their further groups and subgroups are formed. This is known as hierarchy of classification. Kingdom, phylum, division, class order, family, genus, and species are the sequences of the classification system. Hope you all understood about classification of living organisms. So students, in this way we have completed the lesson. Hope you all understood it. Now we will read the lesson carefully and try to solve the exercise given below it. In the next video, we shall learn a new lesson.